Hello, Facebook. Still waiting. Oops, sound again. I'll be with you in a minute. I don't see anybody on yet anyway. All right. Okay, I think I'm on here. I've got you normal today because I'm still playing. But welcome to Life with Annie. And I'm going to make a couple of summertime treats today. There for now. Summertime treats. Okay. And I live in South Carolina. It is so hot out there. The humidity is unbelievable. And Matt and I did some work in the yard late Saturday evening. We waited till late Saturday evening. And I had been out there 15 minutes and I had water just pouring off of me. Now, in the South, we call that glistening. We don't like to say we sweat. We just glisten. And I glistened a lot. And my hands started shaking because I was using a little hedge clipper to trim some bushes. And my hands started shaking, and I stepped in a pile of fire ants. So I've got all these bites all over my left foot that are driving me absolutely nuts. So it's just not a good time to be outside working. I used to could go outside and do just about anything and nothing would bother me. Now I look at a blade of grass and I break out. So I have to be real careful, which it kind of irritates me because I like to go out there and do that kind of thing. But bottom line is, it's oppressively hot out there. It's dangerously hot. It's in the 90s here, and with the humidity, it bumps it up some more. So I thought it would be a good time to have a fresh glass of homemade lemonade. So that's what we're going to do for one of our treats today. I've already started juicing some. Well, the first thing, let me tell you what you do. This lemonade is a little bit different than the way I've made my lemonades in the past. You're going to use a total of 5 cups of water for this particular recipe. But instead of just, when I used to work in a restaurant, we would add like a cup of sugar or 2 cups of sugar to a cup of lemon juice, because we'd make these big, containers of it. And that was good. But what I'm going to do today is do a simple syrup to make our lemonade. So what you do is you use equal parts of sugar, granulated sugar, and equal parts of water. So let me get a cup of water here, because I've got 1 cup of sugar. And get my glasses so I can see that I don't overdo it, because I don't like lemonade if it's not sweet. And that is just a little over the 1 cup mark. A little bit less than that. Okay, so we've got 1 cup of sugar to our 1 cup of water. And you're going to pour that together in a little saucepan, and you're going to bring it to a boil And when it comes to a boil, remove it from the heat. You just want the sugar to dissolve, and then you're going to chill it. And I've done one already, and I've got it in the refrigerator. So let me take that out. And you've got your little simple syrup here. It's just equal parts sugar and water. And I've often thought about using this and just keeping some in the refrigerator in like a squirt bottle. And when I make a glass of iced tea, just, you know, instead of making a whole pitcher of sweet tea, try putting some of this in there. I might try that and see how it does, because I'm going to have 2 batches of this. So let me get my pitcher. I'm going to go ahead and add in the simple syrup to my pitcher. And then that way I can go ahead and pour my 1 cup of water and my 1 cup of sugar. Let me hold this over the sink so I don't make a mess. Okay, and then I'm just going to set this back on my stove. I'm not going to turn on the burner now because I'm going to do this later, but I just wanted to show you the process in case you've never made a simple syrup. So we've got our simple syrup in here, and I was juicing the lemons, and boy does it smell good in here. You need a cup of lemon juice. I see someone on there. Hello, Eleanor. I have had a good day. It's been a quiet day, and I hope the same for you. Just making up a little bit of lemonade for our hot weather here. So I've squeezed about 1, 2, 3, 4 lemons, and you need a cup. And this is not an easy job for me if it's a tough lemon, because I have very little strength in my hands anymore. So some of the lemons I put into the microwave, and they say you can microwave them about 10 seconds and it'll help bring the juice, make the juice run a little bit easier. The other thing is you can take your lemons and just kind of roll them on your countertop, and that should help also. So this would be a good job for Matt, but he's not here right now. So I'm just trying to get up to my 1 cup measure. We're almost there. Almost there. Sometimes I turn them around just to try to get a last little drop of juice out. Let me see how we're doing there. Just under. We'll go for one more. One more lemon. When these little gadgets first came out, I thought, well, why don't you put the lemon in the other way? It looks like it'd be a lot easier, but you don't. You put the lemon in face down. And I think this last one will do it for our lemon juice. But it smells so good in here. Okay, so there is that. little lemon cutter over there. And then I'm just going to add the lemon juice, the 1 cup of lemon juice to the 1 cup simple syrup. You can strain this if you don't like any of the pulp in your lemonade, but it doesn't bother me at all. So, and then you're going to add your last 4 cups of just regular water. Okay. So this makes about 1 quart of lemonade. Let me get a spoon to stir. And then I'll cut a little lemon slice. And I've got a glass of ice already in the refrigerator waiting. Let me make sure I gave this a good stir. And on a hot day like this, a glass of lemonade is just what you need. Lemon slice on there. All right, let's give it a taste. That is so refreshing. But being from the South, I would probably add a little more sugar or back off a little bit on the lemon juice. I come from a family where we like our stuff sweet. I mean, really sweet. But this is probably perfect for everybody else. But Matt will enjoy that when he gets home from work. So let me set this aside. I have one other treat. Set my lemons aside. And water pitcher. Okay. And there's my produce bag. Now this is a treat, not for people, but this, well, I guess you could eat it. This is a treat for our little puppies. Because of course it gets very hot for them in the summertime, so we want to do a little something cool for them. Yes, right now, Eleanor, it is, hold on, let me see this, does it tell me the time on this thing? 1:54 in the afternoon. Yeah, so it's nighttime, 7 o'clock p.m. there. Yeah. Okay, so you're getting ready to call it a day. Okay, so this is a recipe for our dogs, and get the name of it here for you. Not being able to see is no fun. These are called frozen peanut butter banana pops, or pups maybe we can call it. All right, I need to get one ingredient out of the refrigerator. Okay, so you need to get 3 6-ounce containers of yogurt, and you can get it calls for plain low-fat yogurt. I had trouble finding that. I got vanilla, and then Matt went by the store yesterday and I asked him to check for it, and all he could find in the plain was the Greek yogurt, which is a little bit of a tangier flavor, I think. So I didn't know if the dogs would like that as well. So I'm going to combine 2 of the vanilla yogurts and then use 1 of the Greek yogurt containers in this recipe. And you're just gonna scoop your yogurt in, and that's 3 6-ounce containers. There's 2, and then the last one is the Greek yogurt. And that's a much thicker, and I can even smell the tanginess from this. So we'll see how they like it. Alright, and then we're just going to kind of stir those around a little bit, mix them together since we have 2 different flavors. And if you're having a 4th of July cookout or event tomorrow and you want to make some refreshing lemonade, that would be great. There are tons of recipes on Pinterest for different kinds. You can make strawberry lemonade, cherry lemonade, all kinds of things. Watermelon. And then you could always, if you have animals, you can make a little, we'll call these little popsicles. Okay, so there is our yogurt, and then we need a 1/4 of a cup of peanut butter. So I'm going to measure out that. A little bit more. That looks right. So we'll add in our 1/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Lucy and Thunder are going to have to be the taste testers on these. Okay. Alright, there's that. There's our peanut butter. And mix this in. And then we have one more ingredient, and technically humans, we could eat this part. I mean, there's nothing in here that doesn't say we can't eat that. But the last thing that we're going to add, well, there's 2 things actually. I was about to forget one. 1 jar of banana baby food. And when my kids were younger, oh, I used to love it when I would feed them banana baby food. And they know this sound because sometimes they get a treat of the ham or the turkey baby food. I'll mix it in with their, so they know the pop of that can. But you pour in 1 4-ounce jar of banana baby food. And then 1 tablespoon of honey. All right, and then we're just gonna stir all this together. They're both in here. I think they're all excited. They know they're gonna have a treat. Now they can't eat these right away because they have to set up, so. All right, so there is the mixture. And then what you do to serve them, and I'm just gonna lay some there, is you take little Dixie cups, the little cups that you buy to keep in your bathroom to rinse your mouth or whatever, and these have little characters on them, so I thought they would be cute for their treats. I'm just going to do a few. And then you're just going to fill these up. If your dogs are, if you let your dogs go outside, and ours only go out just, you know, for little short periods, and they're in the back, and there's, they go off a deck and into a grassy area, and they don't stay out there long. And in the summertime, you know, I have to really watch them because the deck can get hot, and they'll be out there dancing around, picking up their little paws. So if they come in after being outside and they're nice and hot, this would be so good for them and cool them down a little bit. So I hope they like them. It's a good summertime treat. Now I could continue on filling all these up, but I wanted to show you the rest of it. The last thing you do is you need to give them a little handle, and I'm going to open these up real quick here. And let's see if I bought the right size. I have some others if they're not. But you just take a little doggy bone, and I just got the little milk bones for them. Now this part the humans may not want to eat, but the rest of it is, you know, if you want to taste it, I guess go ahead. And you just stick one of those down in the center of your little popsicle. And there you have it. I'll hold these up a little bit closer so y'all can see. They have a little handle, and you put these in the freezer, and let them freeze till they set up. And then when you're ready, what is that on my screen? And when you're ready to serve them, you just peel off that Dixie cup. Battery level at 25%. Take that off. Okay. So anyway, you freeze them, peel off the outside of this cup, and put them in their bowl and let them have at it. But I thought it was a really cute treat for your animals. I mean, if you're making lemonade or some kind of limeade or something for the adults, you can always keep the little animals in your thoughts too, and prepare something special for them. So I just wanted to share those two ideas with you today. If you have any animals and you want to try that, I hope you give this a try. It's a really simple recipe. I will post the lemonade recipe and this, I call them popsicles, on the Life with Annie page for any of you that might like to try it. But other than that, that's all I have for today. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Have a great day, everybody. Good night, Eleanor.